Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from a bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really wanna brag, I'm just telling that I'm leaving with a bag. High five to the scarred and the strange, from the outlaw that'll never get tamed. Biscuit beats from the pirate band, sign this deal with a lobster hand. Freestyle like a bowling pin, flex these bars on a dolphin fin. Life's too short but I can't complain, doing backflips on a candy cane. Ride my scooter with a cape at night, and I'ma high five me a traffic light. I blink twice then I teleport, got kicked out of the Trump resort. Bought this cloud on a payment plan, then I ghosted out in a minivan. Might get my hand like a waffle cone, spitting out syrup in the twilight zone. Got no job but I'm on the clock, and you can't stop me, cause don't stop. Hey ladies, oh, when you're hot, girl. When you're not, nope. Hey fellas, oh, when you're hot, girl. When you're not. You know I'm hot, how many licks till the pepper gon' pop? Told my cap it's the CEO, then I moonwalked in a UFO. Mike my shoes with a Christmas wreath, dropping these bars while I brush my teeth. Flipping this verse like a boomerang, landed on stage in your backpack filled with a new disease. Telling my doubts I'm hard to please, we don't care. Jumping through life in my pantyhose, still no job but I'm on the clock, and you can't stop me, cause don't stop. Hey ladies, fellas, oh, when you're hot, girl. When you're not.
Built on the site of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decades since it opened back in 1998. Welcome everyone to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Today, two teams hailing from the AFC, between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Daniel Carlson ready to get us started, and we're off from Baltimore. Here's a return from the 7. And he's out a little short of the 30.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Offense out now to get us started. It's first and 10.
Here we go. 60, 70.
Collins, the receiver, in motion left. Looking to throw right away. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's second down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows and the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Second and 10, still at the 28. Collins, the receiver, in motion left. Looking to throw again on second down. Short pass brought in. He's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up third and short.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
The sun is up, so wet it down. Get your money up. I put money down on all of us, on my people now, on what I love. Ooh, baby, it's down
dangerous. Your problems are just not the same to us. We're dealing with things you ain't seen before. We're feeling the weight of our ancestors. We're healing with ways that don't last long. Don't have the time and it obvious. No help for the weak, but the strong. Plenty here for it for all of us. Now bring out the drums and the and my homies got this do it that they said wouldn't work. Bring out the and the it'll load them, but I'm gonna the place with them car. I see the bums that be wishing we end in the ditch and the pain to see them and hurt. I see the love that we give and the love that we get. Make sure everything come up full circle. We went from nothing to something, got all of us jumping it that we made from the air. We went from running it with nothing to stomach, defeating the neighborhood, bruh. There ain't a person alive that be matching the vibe, and honestly ain't even fair. There ain't a do with the drive and the vision like I have unless I go look in the mirror, babe. So run it up, the sun is up, to run it down, get your money up. I put money down on all of us, on my people now, on what I love. Ooh, baby, we run it up. Yeah, the minute the sun is up, there's no rest to when sun it down. Work it for real, get your money up. Believe it on God, put money down. I'm betting the odds on all of us. I do it for all of my people now. Put that on everything that I love. Church. Yeah, on everything that I love. Yeah, ain't nothing that come above. Now we go from angry and mad to happy and glad to find a solution for us. We go from sorry and sad to ready to grab up, then get to the front. I want the money, the cash, the moolah, the bag, the currency, stacking it up. We want the freedom to live and the freedom to have the things we be lacking, my bruh. So what are we lacking? I could point it out, so much that's around. Better settle down, no point doing that. Or they send the hounds, bite me in the, put me in the ground, turn me into ash, culture carried down. From those who came up before me, I'm here to change up the story. Find me at work in the morning. Find me where people are mourning, man. Cause death is around every corner. When life isn't free for a person, dog, you act like an animal corner. Savage is speaking a language, y'all. You don't understand, you a foreigner. But nobody needs an advantage now. We needed some balance and order. But you know that's never the case. Never a chance that they're changing their ways. It's never a choice that they're giving to you. There will never be justice to face. We sing for the sorrow and dance for the pain. No one to follow, it's just you and me. I swear that it's coming, we starting today. But we wake up tomorrow and things are the same. Damn.
Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Look at this Baltimore defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground. We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. No gain on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. Well, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And he's getting his man in stride, complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Steelers nothing. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
You look at this Baltimore defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he will find his man on the outside. 9 yards, not quite enough, and he'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he will have the first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. The Ravens at 500 hit 6-6. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
No, we changed it. Ready.
To throw is Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
We changed it.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Jackson. Screenplay setting it up for Mitchell. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
This will be fielded at the 17. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. At that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Gibbs straight ahead. Across midfield. He's on his way. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jahmyr Gibbs with career touchdown number 176, moving him past Emmitt Smith and into second place all time. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
This is 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Now it's Jackson. A short one there, caught by Likely. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd down and 4. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And some room to run now. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Quick strikeout wide by Jackson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Mitchell will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to have a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Let's go now.
They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. He'll find Metcalf. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Gaddis. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's 3rd and 6. Man in motion left. That's Collins. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he is caught. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
A toss out right to Gibbs. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 103 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Let's go.
Another run for Gibbs here. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but from both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Come on, ready?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
A 51-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Jackson from the shotgun. Throwing middle, and it's complete. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
It's up 2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Jackson to throw. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Gunter. Pressure gets to it, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Once again, it's Mitchell. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
DC, ready? 180! Get hot!
Now Jackson taps this forward. Jet sweep. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
Here's Jackson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Hey, officer, report. Ready? Shot. Shut up.
And for Jackson, this may be a free play. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
The penalty gets them half the distance closer, but they'll still need to come up with something on 3rd and goal.
180! Shot!
And Jackson throwing once more. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Carlson able to put this one through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, so bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They'll go again with Gibbs. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. He may go. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jahmyr Gibbs. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Report. Hey.
Now it's Jackson. Running his slant, and he finds Mitchell. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They go play action to Jackson. Crossing route, he finds Likely. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And now it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. There he goes, right side. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Well, you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there's a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
70 Timberwolves, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gets him a 1st down.
And the Steelers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Ready, ready.
Off the play fake. Gunter. He's got it to Collins, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. A short one there to Fryermuth. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They work now on 2nd and 9. Again, he'll drop to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Read out. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
I know many talk about the kick return as maybe the most exciting play in football, but any type of a return where it's a change of possession, where the defense gets the ball, that's exciting too, but it's not just an accident. Once they get the football, they've worked on finding people to block, creating running lanes for the guy with the ball, and protecting him. And this one was a long run.
Absolutely, they did all of that and more. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
From the gun, again to Mitchell. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? He's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time he just didn't get there.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Isaiah Likely from a yard out. And the Ravens look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Gunter. A short one there to Fryermuth. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 24-yard line.
And the Steelers first down. A gain of 14.
Back to throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. Hands up, forcing the incompletion.
19, 18, Romeo, 18, go.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Back to throw. Gunter. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want a total sellout to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now it's Jackson. Right side, there's Likely with it. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A toss left side for Mitchell. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
To throw is Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Jackson. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Back to the ground here, Mitchell.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
DC, ready?
2nd down and a yard.
I'm ready.
Right back to Mitchell here. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
13.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
Hold on, ready?
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Alpha, sit on. 180. No, we changed it. Hey. Sit on.
Jackson now. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Mitchell. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Once more with Mitchell. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a 1-score game. Jackson will keep it. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Lamar Jackson with career touchdown number 75. And the Ravens are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
37. Steelers 27. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
And they're on 21-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Gunter setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
Parker, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. They need to score, and score quick. One timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Gunter. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in a hurry, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
19 Lions. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's got it complete to Gibbs. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Mustang 19.
From the gun on 3rd down. Gunter toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And his kick here is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.